Do you know anything about file handling in Python? Hi, this is Krupali from KnowHow Academy. So let's start with me. Before going ahead, let me tell you first what you are going to learn in this video. In this video, you will learn what is file and how to handle file using Python. The next thing, interview question that can be asked based on file handling concept. So let's start. So first of all, let me tell you what is file handling in Python. Let me tell you with the scenario. Let's say you have this notepad file, or you can say text file. Now you want to read the content of text file using programming, not on a double click and read it. So using a particular editor, you don't want to read or write data inside a file. But using a programming of Python, you want to read the data, you want to write the data, you want to append data in existing file. So that is called file handling in Python. So how you can handle file using Python? So to handle a file in Python, first of all, you need to understand three things. The first thing is open. So let's say when you are considering any file and you double click on it, the file will be open using a particular editor. So that is called open. Once you close that, so file will be closed. So that is called close. And the third thing is writing inside a file. So let's say I am opening this text file and let's say I want to write my name inside that. But I can write three ways. The first thing is that if the file is already created, you can start writing after the content which is there in a file. So here I am writing my name. The second case is that let's say the file is already there, content is already there, but when you start writing, all the content will be removed and the new content, whatever you are writing, it will be written. That is called writing file, but removing the old content and writing the new content inside that. So that is the second case. The third case is that a file is not there and you are creating a file and you are writing a file. Let's say I want to create a notepad file. So what I will do generally, I will open a notepad, I will write a content inside the file and then I will save it. So that means file is not created. So I will create it, write it and save it. So this is the third case. So this is called common understanding of file. But here our concern is that how we can handle file using Python programming. So let's implement it practically. As I show you, this is the file which is there inside your folder. So I am writing a program in Visual Code Editor to handle file. Okay. So what I will do here, you can see this is my text file which is there inside one folder. What I will do, I will write the code which will read data from this file. So let me just create a new file. Just here click it and write it. So let's say code file .py. So my file is already created. Which file? Code file. Now I will write a code which will handle or which will read data. If a normal text file or normal binary file is there, then there is no need to install any package or library inside Python. But let's say if you want to handle Excel file, you want to handle Word file, in that case you need to install library and then you need to import the libraries, and using that you can write a code. So first I will tell you how you can read data, how you can write data and how you can append data in text file. So for that you need to write with open. So basically when you are writing or reading a file, you need to open that file. So how you can open? So you need to write with open, then inside a bracket you need to write a name of a file. What is the name of a file? The name of a file is textfile.txt. So let me write that same name, textfile.txt. After that you need to write a mode of the file. So basically there are three modes. The first mode is W. W means inside a file you want to write it. So Python will open file in a write mode. The second mode is read mode. That means if the file is already there, then file will open in a read mode. So using program you can read, but you cannot write it. The third mode is append mode. Append mode is what? If the file is already created and data is there inside a file, but you want to add some extra information in the file, in that case you need to open the file in append mode. So right now I want to read the content of the file. So I am writing my mode of the file is R. R is indicating the read mode. Here there are certain modes are available, so you can try out. But right now I am showing a demo using a read file. Okay, that is R mode. Then you need to write as and then the name of a variable. So I am giving a variable name as a file name. What is the meaning of that? That means file name variable is indicating or is pointing to the text file.txt. Then you need to write colon and then what you want to do. There are certain operations are available. What type of operation? You need to open the file, you need to close the file, you need to read a file. First of all, I want to read the file. So I am taking one variable called data, and using the read, I will read the data. So file dot read and then bracket. And then after reading, I want to print the content on the console. So I am printing it. And one thing you need to remember, you need to close the file by writing a code. So file dot close and then empty bracket. So save it and hit it. So you can see that whatever content is there inside this file, this is the content inside the file, so it is printed. But how it is printed? Using the line of code which I am writing. Now the next thing is that when you mention the read, it will read the entire content. But let's say you want to read only some particular character or some portion of the file. So by writing any numeric value, you will read n number of character. So let's say I want to read first 10 character. So what I will do, I will write 10 and then enter. So here first 10 character is printed, but remember here space is also counted. And let's say I want to read line. Okay, so there is one function called read line, and inside that you don't need to pass anything, just save it and hit it. So you can see that a line is readed. Let me just clear that and show you again. So here you can see the entire first line is printed. So let's say if I am writing here 2 and let me clear it. So here read line, if you pass 2, that does not mean it will read 2 line, but it will read only 2 character. So please keep this thing in mind. Now let's say here if I want to write read lines, there is one function inside there, and just try save it and hit enter. So you can see that entire line is stored in a list element, and the number of line is considered it as a list element. So you can see that this is the first list element, it is the data. Then in second place the second line is printed, and third and fourth and so on till the number of line or till the n number of line it will there. But here the data is printed in a list format. This way you can read data inside a file. The next thing is that how you can write data inside a file. So let me show you. So I am creating one new file, in that I am writing a data. So let me just remove this code and write it. So with open, as you know that if you are creating, if you are reading or if you are appending, you need to open the file. So with open, then inside you need to write the name of a file. So I am writing a test file .txt, and I'm writing a name of a file. Then I want to open that file in a write mode. So write mode, and then I will write as file and then colon. So what is the meaning of that W? W means open a file in a write mode if the file is already there. If file is not there, then it will create a file and then open it in a write mode. So what I want to write, I will store one line, hi all, hello, how are you? Okay, so this is the string. Now that string I want to write it inside a file. So you need to write file dot write, and then you need to mention the variable, and then I need to close it. So file dot close. Now here you will see that test.txt file is not there. But when I save it and run this program, test file will be created, and whatever the content you are writing in that variable, it will be saved. So let me run it. So here you cannot see anything, but you can see that here test.txt file is created, and whatever content you are writing here, it will be pasted. So let me just change the content here, and I am writing my name. Just save it and run it. So here file is already there, then it will open and remove the old content, and whatever content I am writing, here it is written. So this way you can write inside a file. Now the next thing is that I want to append content inside a file. Here I am opening file in append mode, and I am writing here, let's say, another name, and I am writing inside a file, but after the whatever existing content is there. So let's save it and run it. So if you just go to there, whatever the content is there, it is pasted after the existing content. So I want to write this string. So here it is pasted after that. So let's say I want to write it in a new line. So how you can write it? So here you can write /n and then content what you want to write. So let's say hello, how are you? Save it and let's run it. So you can see that hello, how are you is printed, or it is written inside a new line. So this way you can open the file in a append mode and add data in that. The next thing you need to learn, that is seek function. Now what is the meaning of seek function? Seek function will tell you where is your file pointer. Now what is the meaning of that? So let me show you. This is my file. Now when you open a file, by default a cursor is blinking at the first position. So the pointer is pointing to the first character which is there inside a file. Now let's say I want to go to this position, that is is position. So how I will go? Using a right arrow key, I will press that and go to that position. So my cursor is seeking from 0th position to the desired position. So that is the use of seek. So seek function is used to move pointer to the next location in a right hand side. So let's say here I am opening a file in a read mode. Okay, now I am opening a file in a read mode. Then let me just close it first, file dot close, and between the open and close I will write a code. So I will write print file dot seek. So let's see what it will print. Here it is printing an error, and it is saying that line 2 file seek error, seek expected at least one argument. So seek at least expected one argument means to which position you want to go. So let's say I want to go to the position 2nd, and then I want to print what is there at the 2nd position. So let's say print file read, and how many character you want? You want to read one character. Okay, so what it will do, it will go to the 2nd position, and then it will print one character from the 2nd position. So let me go to that file. So here by default when you open a file, it is there at a 0th position. So that is at K. Now what I want to move my cursor to the 2 position next to the current. So 0, 1 and 2. So it will come to the U position. Okay, and then it will print one character. So which is one character it is printing? So it will print the character which is there. Okay, so let me just save it and run it. So you can see that a second position is U. So let me go there. So 0, 1 and 2. So whatever is there is at the second position, it will print. So let's say I want to move cursor to 10 step. Okay, and then I want to print 2 character from the 10 step. So save it, and then you can say that it is there at the 10th position. At 10th position A and L is there. So let me just write, go to the 10th position. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So at 10th position A is there, and after that I want to print 2 character. So here it will print the 2 character, right? Now there is one another function that is called tell function. So tell function will basically tell my cursor is at which position. So let's say here I don't want to print the position here. I'm just seeking the position, and then after reading it I want to print the cursor position. So file dot tell, and let me print it also. Let me clear and run it. So here you can see that it is cursor will move to the 10th position, then it will read the 2 character, and after that my current cursor position is at 12th location. So seek will move cursor to the desired location, and tell function will tell where is your current position of that. So this way you can handle the text file. Same way you can handle Word file as well as Excel file. Now it's time for interview question. So this can be the interview question from the concept of file handling. The question can be, what are the different modes of handling file? The next thing is how to efficiently handle a large file. What is the difference between read and read line and read lines in Python? What is the use of seek and tell function while handling the file? Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your source of IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate to the tech world. If you have any question, don't hesitate to reach out us. It has been a pleasure to share this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.